Battle of the Challenges podcast.
I'm Vincent Cloud.
I'm David Lauer. What?
Let's just do it over.
Just imagine if you have to treat every podcast like it's everyone's first podcast. Yeah, so when they tune into this, they're like, oh, I trust this David Lauer. He sounds like a very nice person. Yeah, exactly. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about. I don't know about that Vincent Cloud guy. He sounds like he's full of shit.
I, in fact, feel like it would be the other way around. Where they'd be like, oh, David Lauer guy seems like a total D-bag.
All right, well, let's clarify things. I am Vincent Cloud.
I am David Lauer.
And we're here to talk about the Duel 1, Episode 5 review. It's called Flying Leap. And to me, this was really cool. This was really impressive. This required core strength?
Core strength, lower body strength.
Lower body strength.
Upper body strength if you had to pull yourself up.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're kind of half dangling off.
While you're doing this, you're 20 feet above the water. You're also dealing with heights, which, people like Casey have to deal with eventually. Everyone's got to deal with that. It's coming around the bend. Well, it's a girls' duel day. The guys, they win two round-trip tickets from Frontier Airlines. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, to anywhere. So they can just use these round-trip tickets to go to Vegas, basically, is what any sane person would do, right?
Vegas. Yeah?
Well, I mean, that's got to be number one on your list, wouldn't it? Unless you want to go, if you have anywhere, maybe you'll do Hawaii.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was thinking Paradise, not fucking Paradise Lost. I don't even get that joke.
Neither do I. I was waiting for you to elaborate.
Because isn't Paradise Lost about, hell? And corruption and greed and shit, and that's what Las Vegas is. I was trying to make a very highbrow joke, but I don't think it landed.
Brows are higher than mine.
Do we want to talk about the beginning of the episode? Was there anything worth noting? A bunch of people wearing wigs.
Yeah, all the girls trying to help her feel better. Mm-hmm. Then didn't they go to the bar and get drunk?
They did.
And CT was dancing with Diem.
Also in a wig. It was beautiful. And to see these two interact and find each other with both these beautiful wigs on was something to behold. Very iconic, right?
Yeah, I have no idea really what happens in the future. I've just heard stories, but obviously they have a future, on again, off again future. I have no idea even if they end up being a couple or not, but I know that they're still friends years and years later.
Yeah, I feel like this is, when kids are born, they already know the story of the Beatles. They already know John, Paul, George, Ringo. Everyone knows in some way about CT and Diem. A lot of people are wearing wigs to support Diem. But meanwhile, Beth and Anissa bring Svetlana into a little corner, and they're like, Svetlana, you should join with us. You've noticed that the Drama Mafia, Keena, Jody, Diem, and Robin, they're always kind of helping each other out and stuff. They're going to start winning that way. You should start working with us, Svetlana. And I guess they're making sense to Svetlana because eventually she shakes Beth's hand.
Yeah, Svetlana's just a little fish in the big ocean, and, she can get with Beth. So why not join that school of fish? Otherwise she's going to get eaten up by a shark named Robin, right?
At first you were like, oh, Beth is just being way too cocky because now she shook hands with Svetlana.
Yeah, part of me is Beth is doing a great job of playing the game. I don't know. But she just seems to enjoy playing the politic part of it, that I feel like she's going to not see the forest through the trees at some point because she's just so focused on getting people in her alliance. And at some point, even once we saw it later in this episode, she ended up failing miserably when she tried to do the challenge itself. It didn't matter because she had her alliance to back her up, so I suppose it is a smart play. But she seems to enjoy playing this politicking thing way too much.
She's also on a roll. She just won the last episode's mission, remember, and made an alliance. And she added a member the next day with Svetlana. She's riding high. That's why she's crackling, laughing. She's like, aha, we're going to be in the power Drama Mafia and shit like that. But at first, I felt that it was just Beth creating an army of her own imagination. But you cut to the people involved in the Drama Mafia. They are talking shit about Beth. CT's there sitting, and he's like, you know what? You guys sound a little scared. You're shaking your boots there,
Yeah, and he's right. They should be scared, and they are scared.
They were like, no, we aren't. We just don't like her. You agree with CT? You think they're scared?
Oh, yeah, I think they are. Kind of what I'm saying with her just enjoying playing the politicking game too much is the fact that she's going to have this awesome alliance, but in that alliance itself, every alliance, you end up having to kick out one of your own at some point. So she may be the architect of this great alliance, but if everyone might view her as a giant threat towards the end, they might all turn against her.
Oh, mutiny.
Yep.
Yeah?
Exactly. I mean, I have no idea what happens, but I mean, that would be great.
But
I'd love it.
Mutiny usually happens because you're a terrible leader, right? But you're thinking, in terms of this, they're going to be like, no, you're really super strong. We got to get rid of you. No,
she's a threat because she's so good.
When I say we're going to throw you out because you're a threat and it's nothing personal, Anissa, she said she didn't care for Beth. Remember that? Way in the beginning, she's like, I have no one else, so I have to be friends with Beth. So if anyone betrays Beth, it's got to be Anissa then, right? Because why would Wes want to betray her? Why would Nehemiah? That's free Tang right there.
Oh, God. It would have to be a girl.
And then Svetlana's there.
Yep.
So, yeah.
But Svetlana, she would definitely be an underdog in a challenge against Beth, and obviously when it comes to Anissa, her biggest threat isn't going to be Svetlana, it's going to be Beth. Who knows? Yeah. It's all speculation at this point.
Let's get rid of speculation. Let's get to the actual mission
Stone
of the
cold
day.
facts.
It is a girls' duel day. Flying leap. And you're above the water about 20 feet. You got to jump from one platform to the other. But the object is to get as many flags as possible. I have no idea how many there were. There had to be like 50 flags or something like that.
Yeah.
Within 3 minutes. And you could like grab the flags. You could tuck them inside your shirt and your vest and stuff like that while you jump from here to there. This is interesting though. Nehemiah won the elimination, so they're just like, hey, you get to decide who goes when and against who. Well, let's try and analyze Nehemiah's political play in this one, because the first two guys to go, it's Big Easy versus Brad. It starts off, Big Easy is able to make the jumps, but he says after a while, it's like you're doing 18 slides home in a row.
Yeah,
or something
sliding
like
in
that.
the home plate.
He's like, it starts to like break you down.
And his build, he's such a big dude. Like he said it every time he hit, like the air was just rushing out of him. So he's knocking the wind out of himself every time he hits that other platform. So it's really slowed him down.
Brad does a good job. I didn't really put anything down in my notes about him. He did good, though. Big Easy, I mean, I was proud of him. He's a bigger dude. I didn't think he'd do it.
Definitely something that was going to be harder for him to do.
Next is Wes and Nehemiah. Nehemiah decides to put himself second with Wes. That's interesting. Maybe that's Nehemiah trying to say, like, hey, man, I'm not hating on anyone. I'll go second. Me and my friend Wes will go second or something like that. Because they are friends.
Yeah, they are in the alliance together, so...
Oh, right, yeah.
So he's not making a new enemy out of anyone.
But if you are in an alliance together, why put your alliance second? Why wouldn't you put yourself last to give yourself the most advantage? I don't know. I guess I'm looking too deeply into this, but I guess it's a very friendly, diplomatic approach in where you place yourself. If you didn't put yourself first, that would be stupid. To put Big Easy and Brad.
Well, he doesn't want to put himself out there like one-on-one with another guy like Evan and then end up getting destroyed and looking weak against them. He wants to make sure he goes against, I don't know. If he's going to look weak, he wants to look weak against a teammate or a friend.
They go. They do pretty good. I didn't write a damn thing about them in the notes, so I think that usually meant they did good.
Yeah, it looked like Wes was a little quicker with it, but they both seemed pretty decent.
Next is CT and Evan. Evan did a really good job, but CT looked better doing the same job. He was the one leaping. He would land on the other side on his feet. No one else could do it.
Yeah, pretty damn good athlete to be able to jump that far. And he did it consecutive times. From what they showed, he definitely looked the most proficient at it out of anyone.
It was pretty sweet.
Evan looked awesome, too. He wasn't landing on his feet, but he was super fast, and you could tell the dude's built, too. He's a good athlete.
And then next we have Derek. He's going by himself.
Yep, odd man out.
Yeah. And shorter man. But he decides to try it, but eventually he does fall.
Yeah, he was doing really well, though.
He was.
He was really rocking it, and then he just slipped up and fucked up.
Do you think that was fair? You think he fucked up, or do you think, hey, man, the guy's shorter. Like, he is leaping so much further than anyone else.
the same thing with like Eric is a bigger dude, so you're just working with whatever kind of body type you
But
have.
Eric's a taller dude, but he's heavy. But Derek's a shorter guy, but he's light.
I would rather be the shorter, lighter guy than a taller, heavier, because your legs are having to push all that extra weight.
Well, me personally, I'm a kind of a taller guy, but I'm still a heavy guy.
I think Derek had an advantage being shorter and smaller rather than being taller and bigger.
I couldn't imagine being a short man.
Me neither.
No.
5'11".
Yeah. 5'11"?
Yeah, which is just
5'11".
average.
But it's still not short, though. That's the point,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So I'm just like, you know what? I might get a little bit wider, but I just don't think I want to be shorter.
No, you don't want to have the Napoleon complex. It's never good. It's never good.
But at least Napoleon got shit done. Like, what kind of complex do I have? Average man syndrome. Like, you don't hear about those guys. There's no, like, Big Easy complex. Like, he was tall and fat, and that made him conquer continents. Like, you don't ever hear about that.
Yeah, he would go continent to continent, eating all their cake and ice cream.
Those guys you hear about got a chainsaw the house to get their dead bodies out of the house.
I wasn't thinking that. I was just thinking, wow, you're big and fat. This guy loves to party. I bet he's awesome.
Yeah?
Have you seen, like the meme where it's like, I'm fat, let's party. Everyone had that fat friend who's like super fun to hang out with, though.
More like, I'm fat, I party. It's more like past tense, like, oh god, that is your future. Because it's the beer gut and shit like that. I don't know, at least the people that I see now. Like, if you have a beer gut, it's like, oh, it's years of service, thank you. But
I don't have a beer gut, but I mean, it's like, oh, he definitely didn't party, look at him.
Derek, he falls, poor guy. Alright, so next is the girls. This is important because it's a duel day for the females. It's Kina versus Jody. And I was shocked. Jody falls her first leap. I was like, oh my god. Because this chick she's taller, and she's won 2 missions, I believe, already. And Kina, she's one of the shorter girls, and she was able to make it. She kept on going. She put in a good job. I don't know. To me, I was really surprised by this.
Yeah, it's because Jody has always been done well in the athletic stuff because she's a little bit stronger than some of the other girls. She looks like she probably weighs like 10 or 15 pounds more and has like longer legs and longer arms.
Mm-hmm. And let's take a look at it this other way, too. Remember, Nehemiah was in charge of the order.
Oh, the females, too.
Yeah. Ooh. 2 Drama Mafia members, and they go first. Pretty good, Nehemiah. But too obvious, you think? Do you think the Drama Mafia are like, smell that? we smell some sort of...
Well, it's not like it's undercover.
Keep sniffing until I come up with a word. What is that?
I don't know what word you're sniffing for. I'd help you, but I'm totally at a loss.
Well, do you think the Drama Mafia know that Nehemiah and Wes are also against them? Because maybe they're just thinking girls, or not even Anissa, just Beth. You know what I mean?
But aren't they aware that Wes and Nehemiah are in on it?
Not right now. Not
currently.
They don't? Not right now. No, because
I figured even if they didn't show it on TV, they would probably know just through talk.
Why is that? Really? Just talking
Well,
to each
they're
other?
living in the same house.
Most of the time through these challenges, bedrooms are like, Westeros. It's
yeah.
Winterfell over there, and
okay, you had Winterfell. That was one.
see, that's the thing.
And then you have King's Landing, and then you have Dorne down to the south. Maybe you're all the way up north at the Wall, or beyond the Wall with the Wildlings. But why are we rambling about Game of Thrones?
because the bedrooms represent alliances eventually.
Okay.
They really do. It just you can't help it. So, anyways, I don't think that Kina and Jody suspect Nehemiah or Wes. Is what we were trying to say.
Okay.
So next is Diem and Svetlana, and this is so annoying. This is Diem jumping first. She lands on it, can't pull herself up, she falls. The girl tried, sure, but this is her 3rd mission in a row where she just really underperformed, like really badly. And she's saying, I'm thinking people are starting to see me differently now. And they do. This is addressed later in the episode.
Another weak performance. She's kind of sticking out like a weakling.
Not exactly helping the Drama Mafia cause at all.
Nope. Drama Mafia, they might have to start recruiting.
Yeah, like Beth. She's already got 5 people in her alliance.
Mm-hmm.
She's already outnumbering the Drama Mafia.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So there's Diem, part of the Drama Mafia. Then there's Svetlana jumping with her.
Yeah, and Svetlana did very well. She was, she was stuffing them in her vest.
Yeah.
Deep in her vest.
Deep down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, to be a flag.
You're just saying you want to plant your flag on it. That's all you're saying.
Plant my flag. White man, how could you own land?
Land was here before you or me. It is anyone's.
It's a little Native American joke for you. All right, so next is Casey versus Beth.
Yeah, I was excited.
I was excited. Me too.
I kind of called what was going to happen.
Immediately, what'd you say?
I said,
because
Casey's not even going to jump. And I said it jokingly, but I was right. Oh my god. Like, Beth goes first, and she just whiffs on it and falls. Like, she's kind of dangling there. And I was like, oh, Beth is strong. She'll be able to pull herself up.
No.
Nope, couldn't do it.
Nope, she fell immediately. And then we never saw anyone jump again.
Yeah, Casey just stands there all scared and like, eh.
I mean, she really milked those 3 minutes of looking, anger, disgust, disapproval of herself. But she never did jump.
Most of the guys look pretty proficient at these. But then with the girls, there's definitely a few who stick out that they just can't hang in there at all.
No. And speaking of, lastly, we have Anissa and Robin. Anissa, first jump, she falls. Very disappointing.
Yeah, I thought she would have done better.
But Robin, she does really good. I felt she was
Robin, once
impressive.
again, yeah, she always seems to do really well.
All right, so now TJ's like, all right, everybody gather up. And Svetlana, she's feeling adorable. She's feeling herself. And then she's like, what? She pulls out a flag in her bathing suit.
Yeah,
she
was in the bathroom. She's like, oh, I didn't notice when I was changing. I had this.
Now you're saying this like it's some sort of conspiracy or some bullshit.
It's a little sketchy.
How?
What? She goes to the porta potty to go to the bathroom, comes back out. Oh, I have one more flag.
So you think she stole a flag before she even got to
I'm
that
just
bathroom?
saying that there is the possibility for foul play in this situation.
Okay.
I'm not saying it was.
Wouldn't it have been
but
captured
it's
on film though?
Not in the
They're
porta
on a
potty.
TV show.
Maybe a different girl from Drama Mafia used it prior.
Well, that's
before the count.
And then
Or
she
not Drama
dropped the flag.
Not
This
for,
Svetlana was like, hello, what's this? No toilet paper? Oh shit, what's this here?
But someone could have dropped it in the porta potty. She goes in there, she grabs it, sticks it. Oh, look what I found! And you know what? That was the winning flag. She won by 1.
Yeah. When it was all said and done and counted up,
Who were the runners
Robin,
up? Robin
with 21, Keena with 21, 2 Drama Mafia members. And then, to beat them all, is a new member of Beth's alliance.
Yeah. So, let's see. But Beth, she fell off the platform, so she couldn't have gotten a flag. And then Anissa, she fell off the platform, so she couldn't have planted a flag in the bathroom.
Correct.
So it does help her case out that there wasn't foul play, because neither of the 2 female teammates who used that, unless it was one of the guys, Wes or Nehemiah, perhaps. Because, yeah, it's a porta potty, right? If it is a porta potty they were using.
Are you sure she was going to the bathroom? I never saw that.
She said she was changing, I thought.
Like, as a person? She was, like, really looking into herself and, like, who am I as a person? I gotta change.
No, wardrobe change.
Oh, okay. Well, that's easier. Yeah. And then she finds the flag.
Yeah. It went under her boob rather than
It felt a little too good. She didn't want to question it. She's like, hey, you know what? My left tit,
But
I'm
then
a
she's like,
little
well,
lopsided, so maybe there's something under there. And voila. Flag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know. I just like the idea that possibly they could have cheated in some way.
But you know what, though? I think that's later seasons. That's when it's really corruptible and shit. This is still the more sunnier, like, hey, everyone's having fun. Everyone's, like, Beth being an evil person, it's played up cartoonishly. In later seasons, there are awful people running the show. You know what I mean? So this, to me, is just, it's more happy-go-lucky. And she truly did put a flag in her bra.
You say truly as if you know, but the only people who know are the producers of the show. They could have rewound the tape and seen exactly how many flags she did on the tape. Yeah, we're just beating a dead horse.
Let's assume that producers were like, no, we gotta let Svetlana win because we gotta change it up, which is what happened. Svetlana wins. It starts off the whole Beth alliance. She votes for Wes. And so Wes goes for Anissa for Nehemiah for Beth. This is what it was all about.
Exactly.
This was the alliance. And Keena's like, this makes me sick. This disgusts me. Like, I'm like, but why though? Why? I think it's self-preservation.
Exactly. That's what you have to do, especially in this format. When you have people, a guy picking a girl picking a guy, to save yourself, you're going to want to have an alliance of teammates who are both male and female, so that way you can stick around longer.
Yeah.
It only makes sense.
And I forgot to mention that also this is still in that same era where even saying the word alliance was a bad thing. Like, people really didn't like that. They were like, why do you have to do that? We're having such a good time here. We're all friends. Maybe Kina and the Drama Mafia are friends, and they're just like, hey, it's friends voting friends. But these people are all outsiders that are clearly becoming an alliance. So that's why it's still in that era where you're not supposed to do an alliance. After this challenge, it's like, oh my god, you do an alliance or you're fucked. You know, that's the whole point. Yeah. But this is new.
But but it's kind of contradicting themselves. Where it's like, you can't have an alliance, but you can be friends with friends and work together.
See, it's the word alliance.
The fact that they weren't necessarily friends before. They're just like, hey, if we're gonna stick around, we need to strategize. And now they chose to become friends that are working together rather than being friends and working together.
Back in the day, if anyone brought up the idea of an alliance, a team would sit each other down and say like, hey, we heard that there was a mention of an alliance, and I for one know that that's not right, and everyone's like, yeah, it's not.
They would get talked out of it. They would
get talked out of it. It was like drugs. Like, oh, you're on drugs? It was like an after school special. Like, that's not right. You don't make alliances. So that's how it used to be. And oh my god. Let's get on with it. So after Beth is voted in, she saves CT. CT says, I'm not going to vote for Diem until I get the wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. Like, I'm not going to, what did he say? He did some baseball.
Yeah. Ear tug,
yeah.
Scratch on the chin or something. Who knows? But
yeah, he's saying, we like each other, but we never had that talk of, like, you're going to save me, right? Or anything like that. Yeah.
So if she wants to make things serious, then he'll vote for him. He's trying to have a boundary there. So I think that's cool.
Next, he votes for Kina, and I don't remember. I don't have my notes. I don't remember shit. Kina votes for Derek. Now it's getting to the typical, like, what they're usually on the top of the list. Now they're at the bottom. So it's Kina, Derek, Robin, Brad, Jody, Evan, and all that's typical. We've seen those people vote each other time and time again. So now Big Easy's out of it. He doesn't have to make any goddamn decision at all, because now it's down to Diem and Casey. Evan votes for Diem. Do you think it was a hard decision? Did you think you were going to see something else?
Casey didn't even try. So
you think that's what it comes down to?
I think so. Well, I mean, Diem always just is going to get a sympathy vote.
Yeah, because Evan's like, she's too good a person, and I feel privileged for saving her. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, and so, again, like, this whole Diem thing, her public image to the challengers is getting questioned even by the viewers, because we're like, well, she's nice, she's kind-hearted, she survived cancer, that's tremendous, but she's not performing well.
Basically, it's just her life story is getting her along in the challenge, but obviously, like, anytime she has to complete something, she always just is terrible at it.
It's like she thinks this is American Idol or something.
Exactly.
But it's kind of working for her, right?
Yeah.
Because she gets saved at the very last second, and now Casey has to go in. It might be because she performed like shit. But she's so cute.
And so once it's Casey there and she has to pick who she's going against, what did you think about this?
Oh, that she showed. Okay, well, what she said was like, we have to bust up that alliance. Now, she's not part of the Beth alliance at all. She is an outsider, so she should be in that Beth alliance. But she did acknowledge the Drama Mafia, which is those 4 chicks. So she did pick Robin. And you're like, oh, ooh, bad idea. Like, just on sheer size and scope.
Yeah.
I was thinking Kina. Go for Kina. She's shorter. She's tiny.
Yeah, you want to go against someone who has a similar body type to you, so that way you have an equal chance at whatever it is, so no one has a distinct advantage.
Casey's screwball reasoning for Robin.
She thought that because of the fact that she was bigger in size, that the fact that she's smaller might help her in a challenge.
But what challenge would that be? Because there's only 4 to choose from.
Remember?
Yeah. Pole wrestle, ascender. Is she going to be able to climb a rope faster than Robin?
I doubt it.
What's the other one? I Can. She's not going to be able to outlift Robin in anything. Remember where you bet on how many watermelons you lift? Okay. Oh, we haven't even seen the 4th one yet.
Yeah, it was a poor decision.
To make matters worse, she chooses the card. It's pole wrestle. It's just like, oh my god, just go home. But they get to pole wrestle. It's time to play the game. Whoever wins gets an Xbox 360 and stays in the game. That's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fast. You can't really pump this one up. It ended in like, what do you think, 30 seconds?
Yeah, 30 seconds or a minute.
Yeah,
it seemed like it was going to be very quick, and Casey tried hard out to hold on to him, but, there's no way.
It was really just seeing Robin ever so slowly just pry this pole out of her hands, because Casey was never able to tug back or to move Robin.
Yeah, she dominated it just like everyone expected her to.
Yeah, so Casey's gone. Back at the house, CT is talking to Diem. I don't remember exactly what was being said, but what CT was saying in the confessional was like, I'm not really sure about this chick. She's very nice, but I don't know if she's just kind of luring me in for a vote or not. He was even kind of saying something to that extent to Beth.
He's trying to play the game, and he also has feelings for her, and ultimately, like, she's being so non-committal about the relationship. Both act like they like each other, but she's not gone ahead and really done much beyond that. So he doesn't really know if she muted or not, or is she just trying to get me to like her so she can use it against me. Maybe that's why she won't commit or like acting like she likes him, because maybe she's too focused on the game, or at least CT is.
I think she's focused on the game in terms of the politics that she's playing, which means that she is kind of making CT laugh and shit. She says she's flirting with him, or they're flirting with each other and stuff.
She does need to start putting out CT to like get to get him to like start voting for her, because she freaking needs it, because she definitely ain't performing. She ain't performing in the challenges. She better start performing in the sheets. All right.
And there we have the untold origin story of CT and Diem. It was all started because she needed to be saved for votes. That's dark. You don't teach that to the kids in class.
The truth hurts.
I don't know. That's what he was talking to Anissa and them. I don't know if that really mattered.
Yeah. But ultimately, it sounded like at the end he was saying that he's focused on winning the game. He wants that to be his number one priority.
Yeah. Because he was like, my head's not in the game entirely because of this chick. I was thinking about cutting things off, man. Yeah. But you know what? He's only fighting destiny at this point. Fate. How could you fight fate? But that's the end of the episode. I felt that the whole Drama Mafia versus Beth's alliance thing, it kind of
advanced a little bit
did.
Because they added Svetlana, and then Svetlana ended up winning.
Yeah.
So, and it worked perfectly to plan, where one of the Beth's teammates got to be number one, and then they were all safe.
And then even a Drama Mafia member was called into a duel by Casey, who was kind of an independent. She was I don't know, contractor or some shit. I don't know. She wasn't even part of the alliance.
Yeah.
She just knew about that alliance, which is interesting to me. That almost makes me feel that Beth's not creating this thing in her mind at all. Like, even Casey was like, no, these people are together. You know, these 4 chicks.
And maybe Casey thought, hey, if I can take her out, maybe then I can join up with them.
Really?
Maybe.
You think? They're like, that was our best friend, Casey? You fucking bitch.
No, no, I mean, like, she takes out Robin, and then she's going to join with Beth.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
And
she's
then
like,
Beth's
see,
like,
I just took out one of your enemies. You know, if we have common enemies, that means we're friends.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's kind of cool. Yeah.
I'm sure she didn't have that kind of strategy. It's Casey. Come on. Let's be real.
Let's come up with what's Beth's alliance name? Because we can't just say Beth's alliance, can't we? Yeah, we could just say Beth's alliance.
I mean,
right?
she is she's the creator, right?
Yeah.
She's like Khaleesi. Like,
oh, jeez,
right?
That's bold of you. I don't know whether to shudder or to be like, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and then like Wes and Nehemiah are like the Unsullied, apparently.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wait, is there Khal Drogo?
No, I think Nehemiah's been sullied by Beth, right? No?
Sullied?
Sexed.
She's got him by the balls.
It's still the Beth show,
now,
as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and I think the Drama Mafia, they need to get another person on their side. They need to start recruiting.
Another girl or guys? Get some guys on there.
If they could get 2 guys in there, if they could reach out and maybe get like Evan and
CT
Derek.
was in that bedroom though. CT,
yeah.
Remember? Because this was before he was talking about how, I don't know if you should trust Diem or anything, but they were hanging out, and then he's there again.
Diem needs to start putting out and get CT on their side, and then they can also get Evan on their side, and then they'd be a formidable team.
And then Evan's like, what, no one's going to put out for me? Like, what the fuck? Why do I got to join? Because, well, he's friends with Jody.
Yeah, Jody.
Yeah. Jody has to put out, or can they just be friends? I feel like it's gonna ruin the friendship if they decide to sleep together.
I mean, maybe just like a like a congratulatory handshake or a hand job shake, where it's welcome to the club.
Yeah, I guess.
A little drunken debauchery makeout session, no more.
Dave, tell the listeners what they should do if they like this episode.
If you like this episode, listen to the next episode, and then the next. You can also like it.
Can they listen to episodes that came before this? Can they also listen to previous episodes?
Well, I believe that's how YouTube works. So yes, you would be able to click on the previous episode. You can go to the challenge page and Battle of the Challenge podcast page.
Subscribe.
If you don't subscribe and you don't understand that, then you're not utilizing YouTube to its fullest capacity.
And we're gonna have material coming out weekly. It's either with Dave and I, or just myself and I. So in closing, I'm Vincent Cloud.
I'm David Lauer.
No, okay, I know what to do. We got to come up with the Beth Alliance. Can we just try that? Maybe we'll come up with something funny. Yeah.
Okay.
The Beth Leavers.
Beth Leavers?
The Beth Leavers, like the Believers. The Beth Leavers? Like Justin Bieber? Beth? The Beth Leavers.
Beth Leavers? So it's going to be Lieber at the end? Like Bieber? Lever.
Oh, wait. No, that sounds like Beth Leaver. Get out of there. What are you doing? Wes, Nehemiah, get over here. It needs to eat too. The Beth Alliance is just so dry.
It is. So what's the other one? The Drama Mafia. I don't know. She just came up with that name and it kind of worked at the moment. They don't really... not keeping drama going at this point. Well, other than they're complaining. I mean, I guess that's drama by them just complaining continuously about Beth. Okay, so they're the Mafia, right? Who took down the Mafia? The Untouchables. Ooh. So Beth, she's Kevin Costner. Svetlana is Sean Connery. Oh... Wait, I thought Wes would be Sean Connery. They have a resemblance. Sure, yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. But Svetlana's Andy Garcia then. Okay. Yeah. Oh, man. Wait, who's Nehemiah? Oh, the guy with the glasses, the accountant? Poor guy who gets shot in the elevator. Oh, God. So did Kevin Costner have a love interest in that movie? I think his wife, but she was like, oh, I don't support this. Or you work too much, I'm going to my mother's. Kind of Nehemiah. I'm just gonna phone it in and hope my clinging to you takes me somewhere. Oh my gosh, that's how you view Nehemiah now, huh? A little bit. And she's. I mean, I haven't seen him really do that well. He beat Kenny in that last. Elimination. Yeah, that's right. Never mind. He's doing pretty good. Yeah. Yep, you're right. Did we give Anissa a role? Ooh. I barely remember the Untouchables actually. I haven't seen it in like 13 years, so I don't remember it at all. The Beth Touchables, yeah. Oh God, that's what Nehemiah calls them. Yeah, I love squeezing your Beth Touchables.